Good morning, day 2. So our full day at Universal Hollywood. We also have our VIP tour today. So pretty cloudy right now, a lot of haze over there. So we slept well. There he is, you can see him for a second. We slept well. Ashton slept on the couch, he didn't want it folded out. Rowan and I slept on the bed. It's a very firm mattress, so my back is hurting a little bit today, but we went to sleep by like 8:30. We tried to hold out, try to get on, this coast's time, but we couldn't stay past like 8:30, 8:45, so, and all of us went to sleep, which is funny. Normally Rowan's up pretty late, so that was good. I was up early, though, as kind of a consequence of going to bed so early, like 6 a.m. So, yes, let's see, shower. If you have the shower head turned on all the way, it's kind of like being power washed. So you have to kind of put it in the middle if you don't enjoy being power washed, which I feel bad because I feel like it makes it a little bit louder, but it like hurt the other way, so. But otherwise, great water, great pressure. I think that's about it for the morning so far. I went down, got a Starbucks and some pop, so we're just kind of getting around. Excuse me. Getting around, and we'll be heading over to our VIP tour. I think our entrance time is like 9:45, and we get the breakfast with that, so I'll link the time that we did it before in the description down below. But it's a little bit different each time, so that'd be cool. So, yeah, we're excited to check it out.
In the last 5 years. But when Tobey Maguire was still Spider-Man. There's a scene in Spider-Man 2 where Peter Parker, Spider-Man, shows up late to his girlfriend, Mary Jane's play. They won't let him into the theater because he shows up late. It was filmed on that spot right over there. And when you watch that scene, you will see he waits for her. She comes down after the show. They're standing outside, talking on the sidewalk. Looks like hundreds of people are pouring out of the theater. 200-300 people coming out of that theater. Well, as you're going to see in a little bit more detail later on, these buildings out here in the back lot are not real buildings. There's no real theater inside of it. You walk through the front door, and about 10 steps later, you're walking out to the parking lot in the back. So how do you make it look like hundreds of people are walking out? You take about 3 dozen extras. You have them walk out the front of the theater, go to the left, to the right. As soon as they're out of the angle of the camera, they run through the buildings on either side. They come around the back. All right, glass is on, everybody. Glass is on. We are back on. So, close that gyroscope, a big plexiglass ball. They could have done that easily enough. But then, no matter where they would have tried to position the light, the camera, the equipment, the crew, somewhere you would have seen it reflected in the surface of a glass ball. It was easier, believe it or not, to create the illusion of a glass ball just using computers and digital imagery in post-production. But speaking of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, I know. But the set pieces, the props, picture cars around here were all used on screen in the 3 Jurassic Park movies, first 2 of those films directed, of course, by Steven Spielberg. I played you the clip earlier, I'm going to play it again. The big mobile lab on your left is the same vehicle that you see on your screen, getting pushed over the edge of the cliff that you now know is a parking structure on the front lot. And as big and as heavy as you might think that vehicle would be, it's almost entirely made out of wood. So it's not really as heavy as you think. Oh, look at this! Oh, look at this! Oh, my word, folks. I truly had no idea. I am even more surprised than you are. Oh, but this one on the left, this one's got a hose in it right here. Whoa! Oh, my goodness. That would be hilarious if it did. I keep putting that in the suggestion box, but nobody's taking me up on it. That last dinosaur right at the end there used to fit in the old Jurassic Park ride before they remodeled it, turned it into Jurassic World. They recycled most of the dinosaurs, but that one found a new home out here on the back line. I forget the type of dinosaur the last one. What was that called? Oh no, it's I remember. It's a theme parkosaurus. Theme parkosaurus, I think, is being scientific. But it's amazing though how much you see on screen these days that does not exist anywhere except inside the computer. Whether it's Jurassic World, King Kong, Fast and Furious, it's amazing how much just computer-generated imagery. But one of the things that is so hard to do with CGI, believe it or not, is rain. Especially rain that is hitting the actors, getting their hair wet, their clothes up, their face wet. They can do that digitally, they can do anything digitally, but why do you want to take all the time and money and effort to make digital rain when it's not going to look any better than what you can create with just a very old-fashioned system? Overhead sprinklers. Or rain towers, as they would usually call them. That makes it sound more efficient. But that's how they do it. That's that easy. Even in this day and age, sometimes the best special effects are still the simplest special effects. Now, the rain's not coming down everywhere. That's not an accident. You need to have some space in between where the rain's coming down. If you have some place to position the lights, the camera, the electronics, so they stay dry while the actors are getting soaking wet. Look out over there, everybody. Look out now. You'll see that set in action. This big fat liar with Paul Giamatti drinking his Yes, recycled, of course. After it leaves there, they send it back up to the park. They use it to make all the hot dogs up in the park. Ecologically something. Old Mexico here has been used in things like Three Amigos, directed by John Landis with Steve Martin, Martin Short, Chevy Chase, Nacho Libre with Jack Black. It was seen not long ago in the Star Trek series Picard with Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. Old Mexico is a distant alien planet. But right next to Old Mexico, appropriately enough, the Old West,
definitely a big part of our history, as our Western Pets directly part of it. One of these buildings, it looks like you could have horses in it, because at one time there probably were. Right over here, the stable. Nowadays it is used to store a lot of set decoration and props. Later on we're going to show you, though, our props warehouse up close. But over here there was a lot of carnage. We cleaned it up, very pristine and clean these days. So we have big ribbon, you can have a quick stop. Oh, wait, another shark. This is Chester for us. So we caught the shark and there was more that we didn't account for. Oh! Scuba Scott in the water, I know that guy. Hey Scott, is that you? Scott, there's a shark in the water! Oh, great Scott. No, I know that. Disney Universal film. I'm an 80s child, that's not it. Now folks, we're going to be just fine. We're going to ride right over here. Who knows what's up? Safe area right next to these barrels of highly flammable gasoline. Should be just fine, right? And kind of beautiful back there. Extra good.
Tiger.
Anyway, a little bit of fire. By the time we do this, we're going to be tucked away. Start to do now. Last fire. Oh, never mind. Go too soon. Yes, one more time for the folks. Thank you so much, Bruce. Alright, say goodbye to Bruce and Charles, everybody.
Bye, Bruce Lee.
I know, terrified.
Look how long he is.
Making of Jaws, which was shot primarily on location on the East Coast,
Of course.
Martha's Vineyard. On the first day of shooting jobs, the plastic sharknies actually sank all the way to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, prompting the crew to start nicknaming the production Pause. Yeah, well, what's going to happen when you drop a mechanical shark in an ocean filled with salt water, right? Lots and lots. Morehouse, Texas, in the 1980s, or 1980s movies. This is another productions as well. That is one of our rare backlot sets in that it can be used for interior or exterior filming because of its size. We have, I believe, The Voice has been using our Colonial Street over here on the left-hand side, reality singing competition show. Not sure how they're using it, but they're out there today, I believe. That was with Wisteria Lane, home to the Desperate Housewives on AB. Piece of picture cars, there's Bumblebee from Bumblebee behind that. The lime green colored car used in Mr. Dean's Holiday. Rowan Atkinson, very cool. And some of these were used in period pieces. One from The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, directed by Stephen Sommers. The police vehicle in Public Enemies with Christian Bale and Johnny Depp, and the piano vehicle in the Coen Brothers film Oh Brother Where Art Thou. There's one of our Fast and Furious vehicles from Furious 7. Most of our other, well, we use many picture cars. But
12 vacancies.
It's a bit decrepit and run down these days, the Bates Motel, but I do believe, yeah, there's Norman Bates. He is the owner, proprietor here, overseeing, I believe, some of the repairs that are going on, some refurbishment. Isn't that right? No, he's a little bit preoccupied, perhaps. Alright, thought he might like to say hi to the VIP guests, perhaps tell you a little bit about the killer deals at these rooms. We're slashing prices, so I've heard. You know, I think that's him helping out a guest. Very nice. She probably had a rough night there. Hey, Norman, these are VIP guests. Come say hi. Just telling him a little bit about the rooms you might be able to provide. Give him the VIP treatment here. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can. Oh, give you a ride tomorrow, maybe not. Just sets ever created for a specific movie. This is the crash site from Steven Spielberg's 2005 Paramount film War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. And among all this wreckage are pieces of an actual airplane. Yeah, we show you a lot of things that aren't what they've seen throughout the tour. This is an exception. This came from a Boeing 747 in the middle of a graveyard. Well, an airplane graveyard, they would probably call it, in the middle of the desert. And it cost about $60,000 to purchase the plane, but it cost about $200,000 to get it shipped here to park the pieces. $250,000 just for the airplane. That's part of a set that took several weeks to build and is only in the movie for about 3.5, 4 minutes of time. Yeah, most of War of the Worlds was actually shot on location.
In the 1984 classic, yeah. In fact, a lot of this area was covered with fake snow. It was Kingston Falls, Idaho for that movie in 1984. If you watch the beginning of Gremlins, you will see all of this. And you'll think, oh, okay, I see it now. Now, they filmed supposedly a lot of that in the hot summer months, and they were all wearing big, thick jackets or fake snow. So they might have been sweating. Now, but the BB-8's interior of the bar was not over here. That was probably set up in a soundstage because there's not enough space. That whole area was also 1950s Baltimore and alright.
There's like a statue in there.
All they have to do is refurbish it, paint it however they want to get a different setting or a different look. We do have a building here on our property that has all the folks who work in the sign shop, wood shop, metal shop that can fix this stuff up. And again, it's also easier to control it if you want to even destroy the set. Sometimes they will do that. All right.
Yeah. Just crazy, like how tall, you know?
They are buildings.
Yeah. But for like fake buildings, you know how tall they are?
Batman. I don't know why.
Maybe there's some Batman over here.
It feels pretty empty, pretty bare, maybe a little post-apocalyptic without anything out here. But when it is being set up for filming, you can eventually, that's an art trick. Basically makes the street looks a little bit longer than it actually is. Also prevents you from seeing Hollywood Hills and the studio behind it and whatnot. There's another little art trick called forced perspective. where you have the windows at the top floors are a little bit smaller than the ones on the bottom. Makes the buildings look taller than they actually are as well. And then you have your very own Macy's right here. So it looks much like the one on 34th Street in New York. You just have to decorate the windows a bit, right? And again, most of these are going to be used for outdoor filming, not interiors. So you just have to worry about the window decoration and anything you want to put on the sidewalks, put your cars in the streets, things like that. You have a lot of options out here. A lot of times when filmmakers use this street, they don't use the whole thing all at once. They'll just use portions of it. So you have what looks like an old 1930s Wall Street building. You have a glass, very modern building. That was part of Oscorp in The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. So that's a good example of a lot of the big sort of tentpole films, or even the superhero films that have shot scenes out here. Captain America: First Avenger. Remember that movie? This area had to be 1940s Los Angeles, New York for that. So actually, even though we call it New York Street, it can be almost any city. So the name is a little deceptive. A lot of this has actually been London several times. And Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw was London. And the beginning of Austin Powers' Wild Shaggy, there's a big dance parade scene they filmed out. There's London for that. It's also London and Bram Stoker's Dracula, as well as one of my faves. I love Christopher Nolan's films, The Prestige, Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. That one for The Prestige, it took place in the late 1800s, turn of the century. So they had to cover this whole street with curbs, bring out horse-drawn carriages. Of course, intersection lights were not here. They were like a gas situation. And the glass building was covered out. So you have to do a lot if you're transforming it, especially if you're using using the whole entire thing. So you can see the panels.
I'm forced to be here, guys.
Rowan loves this dress.
No, cut that off. Like, cut it out.
Yeah, she said next to though. You should have been behind us. Or she might have made drugs and strangers all by itself.
Good luck, puppies! And just remember, whenever happens, I do forget about you. I'm sorry about that. It's just, they're not in my life, and they're not really my priorities, so...
Hey, don't listen to Chloe. She was just being around person like,
That's so exciting. I'm going to die, everyone!
I'm burning Simpson with water. Good luck, buddies. Careful. Check out my bobcat. Yeah, a flying boat. You can go home now. You've officially seen it all. Amiga, I've yet to lose a single cup. I know it. Lumberjack, someone must be boxing. Someone must get super cool high-tech joint.
I want that puppy right there.
Come on!
Yeah,
Don't get me locked out. Don't worry. If there was danger, my buddy Simpson would warn us. It's just awesome to go out.
You're a kitty. Where's the puppy? What the puppy? There's Rowan.
Let me go!
mean, honestly, this plan was crazy. It shouldn't have worked.
This is gonna be great. You're gonna meet all Louise and Fluffy, and you're gonna get adopted in no time.
What about this?
I didn't remember that.
Looking like that. Why didn't you clean up first?
Oh, look at me, I'm beautiful. I know nobody's over here.
I'm going back up for some salad downstairs.
Alright, I got some tikka masala, macaroni, fries, a little mashed potato, my desserts, oh, and a chicken teriyaki. Ashley made a nice little salad. What's the favorite thing you've had so far?
The fries are really good, and the meat, and the bread.
Fries, meat, and bread. Ron, what's the best thing you've had so far?
I haven't seen the strings. Pretty cool. The shrimp pretty good. Good in the meat. The salmon, no, not so great.
Not so
Why are you ignoring me, huh? Why are you ignoring me? Huh?
Because it's fun.
No, not creepy one bit.
Alright, so let me touch base with you about the VIP tour. So, when it says that your experience starts at a certain time, that means that's when, like, your group is going to leave the check-in breakfast area. So get there, like, probably a half an hour early. I thought that time was when you could go in, and our tour had already left. And I was just like, ah! Felt kind of bad. I was a little forceful with the girl, because they didn't really, like, gave a great solution to fix it. So, I mean, it ultimately was my fault, but like, they didn't really seem all that willing to work with us much. You know, she was just like, well, you can grab your food and then we can get you shuttled over to your tour, but it's already started. It's like, okay. Like, I would have liked it if they would have said, oh, well, you can just go in this next one or whatever, but nope, that's not what they offered. But luckily we had missed nothing, so that was great. We did, you know, the stuff that the normal tram tour does. Then we got to go into the soundstage, which was pretty cool. We got to go into the prop shop, which was really cool. That's one thing I really wanted to do, so we got to do that. We got to get out in front of the City Hall from Back to the Future, which was cool for Rowan to see. Got our picture there. I think that's about it. And then we also got out, like, what would be the New York sort of area. Walked around a little bit there. We definitely walked around more, I feel like, last time we did the tour, which is linked below. But I thought it was still really good. Then after that, we came to Wizarding World. Some people rode the Hippogriff, but Forbidden Journey was down, so we're actually waiting for our group to get done with Forbidden Journey now. Rowan's not really into that. And this ride does not like my chest area, so I don't ride this one. And then we went over and did Secret Life of Pets and Despicable, well, actually I think that was later on. Secret Life of Pets. And then we went to lunch, which you guys saw that. After lunch, we did Kung Fu Panda, Despicable Me, now back over here to Forbidden Journey. He said that we are going to do Mummy. What else did he say? Mummy. I can't think of what else, but a couple things on the lower lot, so that's where we're headed next, and then we're going to end at Super Nintendo World. So, lunch was very good. Lots of drinks. Doug Brown didn't come over to our table, so that sucked, but we got to see Dracula. That was about it. Alright, we'll check back in.
I really believe
that we are walking for. Anything else, but
Attention recruits. We are currently looking for a few brave souls to study assignment.
Make sure you're ready together. Right this way. Have your badges out, ready to be scanned. We're going to right this way. Excuse us, folks. Excuse us.
Where are they?
Badges scanned here on your right there.
Thank you.
Alright, here we go. Right now, I'll do that. The ride, you don't need the wristband to do the ride.
So it
is a lot to take in, isn't it?
Tomorrow.
Go this way.
Huh?
Yeah, so we were going to eat here. I said no, tomorrow.
A lot to take in. A lot of sights and sounds, a lot of moving pieces. If you look back now, you can see a little bit better where we came in. We warped into the Mushroom Kingdom through Princess Peach's castle. Keep in mind, when we're as busy as this land is one way in and one way out. So you guys are the only ones that can get in and out of here as much as you want all day long without any kind of a reservation. But you always have to come in the way that we just did, and then you leave through that green pipe right over there by that big red arrow.
Okay.
All right, the challenges. First one, right over here, that big piranha plant starts out asleep. You need it to stay asleep. The trick is, in front of there where those logs are, is a little maze with, I think it's 12 different alarm clocks. The alarm clocks are going to start ringing. You have to turn them all off. You just run around, hit the top of the alarm clock to turn it off. The trick is, about every second or so, they're going to start to randomly come back on again after you turn them off. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. So you got to work as a team. It's ideally for 2 to 4 players. You get them all to be off at the same time. That's how you defeat that challenge. Right behind me over here, see that big green roller starting to spin around. You can't quite see it from here, but there's somebody in front of there turning a big crank. You have to turn the crank fast enough and long enough that that green roller starts going too fast when the I don't know if any of you are big Nintendo aficionados, but if you are, you might know the name of Shigeru Miyamoto. Miyamoto-san basically created Mario Brothers. He did not do that portrait of Bowser, but he signed it in the lower right corner during the opening ceremonies here, signed it with a Sharpie. So literally, the creator of all this has signed off on it. So.
Video that you're going to see up over here. That's going to give you.
Boy's got the sippers. They were out of the Princess Peach cupcake. I was hoping to get that. And the garlic knot. Yeah, I'm a little bummed by that. But I think we're going to have more than enough food anyways. It'll be fine. And this was $104. I'll show you what we got for $104.
There is, well, yeah, this is probably.
Rowan, what do you think of Super Nintendo World?
Not for a Mario fan, they're pretty cool. I love the details of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like really cool for a Mario fan because as a little kid, I'm a Mario fan.
Yeah.
Like for many years. And like seeing it like right now, like I don't know, it doesn't seem like I care about it, but I do care about it.
Well, good. I'm glad you're happy. You wanted to say something?
The hardest one is definitely the one where you have to hit the foul blocks.
Yeah. You're talking about the games? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to get the wrist one.
Show me the inside of your wrist for a second. I want to show them the band. Turn it. Other way. So, we bought our bands at the kiosk, which was cool. I'm glad they have that. But if you go into the Power Up gift shop, you can get the little white piece right there. You can order them on Amazon too if you don't want to deal with it. But you can get them for free, but they are real picky about having to see the band. So Ashton had already left the gift shop, and I couldn't get one for him because he had left. So I don't know if I can get one from the gift shop outside. So I'm going to try that. It was very packed in that gift shop though. The Bowser's Challenge ride did break down while you were on it, so that was the first time that we got evacuated off a ride, which was kind of cool to see. So they had to bring out a little ladder and get us off the ride. And because of our passes, our VIP, we didn't get like a multi-experience pass or anything because this is already the same. So, Toadstool Café. So I had talked to it's getting dark. Our tour guide about how to get a reservation here for tomorrow, and he said, well, they tend to get packed, by the early entry people. So he said, just keep checking throughout the day because you never know when someone might cancel. So we were standing in line for one of the games, and I just kept pushing refresh, and it opened up for a reservation like 10 minutes later. So I nabbed it up. So definitely keep checking for reservations if you're trying to get one. Ugh, must be Bowser coming. Alright, I got the Luigi burger, which is a chicken sandwich. Some fries. Rowan got the spaghetti. Ashton got the burger minus mushrooms and tomato. He's really getting into it. Woohoo! Ashton.
How many pieces do you need to get? 3?
I told you.
So Ron's gonna have to either take mine or redo that one. They're the men themselves. Alright, we're back. We're tired. Our feetsies hurt. We did get some voodoo donuts. I'll show you those in the morning. We got some for breakfast. Shuttle on the way back was a lot better than on the way there. Alright. Good night, everybody. Future me will go into the resource for today.
All right, Melissa here with the resource for today's video. So today I went with Hope for Warriors. So I get the inspiration for the resources a little bit differently. Sometimes it's what's going on in my life or what the video was a little bit about. So this weekend that I'm editing, I was in a wedding. So I wanted to find something that was kind of family oriented. So I found this Hope for Warriors. So it educates and cares for family members of wounded service members with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and or mild traumatic brain injuries. Helps with service member referrals and admission assistance, travel assistance, family counseling, and reintegration retreats. So it's post 9/11 service members and their families. Here is their website. So they have different programs, volunteer opportunity, events, and of course donate. Holistic approach to well-being and understanding the many factors impact service members' lives, family, community, employment, clinical health and wellness, transition services, sports and recreation. And then you can sign up for updates. Here is their toll-free number, 877-246-7349. Or you can email info@hopeforthewarriors.org. Also come to their website, which I will include the link to this resource in the description down below. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye-bye.